Listen up, you beautiful bastards. I'm Insipid, and this is Trove. What are we up to? We're here! Oh man, that might indicate something to you, but gosh golly, I'll say it out loud. We're gonna have a little one of our chit-chats, and this time it's kind of related to one we did recently. Like last week before last, I was ending up talking about in-group, out-group mentalities. And that's fine, well and good. That's actually an important topic, because it very much influences our psyche and how we filter information as it comes in. But there's kind of a flip side to it, because in-group, out-group relies very heavily upon how you define what group you're part of. What group you identify with. Okay. There are some groups that I typically identify with, and I get troubled by that sometimes. I'll elaborate, obviously. Personally, I identify as part of like my personal identity as a streamer, as a YouTuber, because I like producing content, I like putting it on the internet to share with people, and I like kind of sharing my personality, my message, my mission. I like getting to share all of that. And that's what I kind of view as my, like, content creator mission. If you'll forgive kind of a bit of pedanticness. But there's a problem. I know for a fact that there are plenty of memes and preconceptions about YouTubers. And, like, one of those is, YouTubers will do anything to get views. Well, shit. You know, there's plenty of evidence out there that says you're right. Fuck! And so, suddenly, my decision, my desire to identify as a YouTuber becomes challenged. Because I know for a fact that the group I have decided to identify with has these negative connotations. And I know for a fact about me that I have chosen to stop identifying with a group to just avoid the connotations. Now, that it has positive effects, but let's not be confused. If you decide that the group you're part of is acting inappropriately and you decide to leave that group, that shows a lot of self-confidence, maturity, and power. Being able to say, you know what, my group, even if the things that people are saying aren't true, I can't justify it. I can't defend it. So, peace out, y'all, and just going forward as an individual, saying, I don't have allegiances, I don't have ties, I don't have things that define me. I define me. I define the world around me by my actions. I don't need your titles or labels. I'm just this guy. I'm Insipid. Ta-da! Jazz hands. But inevitably, there are individuals in the world who find it obnoxiously important to inform you that you're part of a group. Now, if that identification process starts with you going, hey man, I was wondering, I have these properties that are similar to a group, and my behavior set is blank, blank, and blank. Do you think I'm a blippity blank? And blippity blank can be almost anything, but I'll go ahead and try and make it more personal in just a couple seconds. For me, it would be very easy for me to ask someone, so I make videos, I post them online, I have fun, and I seem like a very happy person, but am I a YouTuber? It would be entirely within their right, because I asked, to tell me, no, dude, you are such a YouTuber. And I could either be chagrined or pleased by that identification. Either way, this person has helped me because I asked. But here's the flip side. If someone informs you that you're a member of a group because of what you think or because of how you act, it's a bit of a judgmental part of me, so listen up. This is me casting, myself into the world. I might even be projecting a little bit. Kind of brace yourself against that. Armor yourself against my opinion. Fuck those people. A little bit. Just a tiny bit. A little bit of fuck them. Not a lot. They're not punching children in the face, okay? But they are presuming to create your identity for you. Okay? Okay. Now, if someone tells you you are part of a group, listen. I know that stands a little bit in contradiction of what I just said, but listen to them. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to their explanation as to why you're a member of a group, and then promptly and with all available intensity, please doubt them. Especially if they're not also part of that group. Oh my gosh. There is no end of people's desire to pigeonhole people. We desire inherently, and I'm going back to heuristics on this, we desire to have people in boxes. We have these easy to identify roles and zones of understanding. And if we have this individual who refuses to label themselves for us, we are so ready to just tell them that they are part of group X. Because I understand X. And if you're not part of a group that I can identify and use words for, suddenly I have the indelible task of having to actually explain who you are to me. And so there's all this extra work that goes into people being actual individuals, judged by their own merit, thought processes, and actions. And that's, again, I might be projecting a little bit. Bear with me. It's bullshit, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and try and preface when I think that I'm not being fair, either to myself or to the worldviews around me. I try very, very hard. But sometimes, if a person is going out of their way to just shove people into roles or associations that they didn't ask for and they certainly aren't trying to achieve in terms of their own identity, maybe they can get a little bit wrecked. Maybe they can go fuck off. But maybe that's also just me. In the comment section, let me know. Let me know if that's bullshit or not. But what I'm trying to get at is this. We all have the responsibility to build our own identity, and we don't need anyone else's help unless we, wait for it, ask for that help. Please, for the love of God and all that is holy, do not attempt to inform me what groups I need to associate with or I'm responsible for me. I have enough trouble with that as it is. I have been grouped with any number of people by my choice or otherwise throughout the years, and each time I've ended up going, just not feeling it. Finger guns. The first group, and let's go ahead and just have a nice personal moment, alright? Christians, okay? There are a whole lot of really good values that can be found in Christianity. Okay? Piles, heaps, loads. Christians have some really good philosophies in terms of how to treat each other, how to treat a community, and how to treat yourself, really. And just in terms of kind of identifying who you are and laying that as a plane of humility, whereupon you can build yourself. And coming from a place of humility leaves the rest of the world free of interpretation, I might add. Personally, I frequently have to put my ego aside and go, alright, what am I actually seeing here? And so, portions of the philosophies of Christianity are very, very good at that. So just fucking, yeah! Right the fuck, well done. Top notch. Cool, right? Great, huzzah, peachy keen. Good. But in the end, I had to reconcile my own identity, my own personal state of what and who am I? What is my history? And I looked at Christianity and said, I'm sorry. There are members of this group who do not match my identity, that do not match what I am prepared to be labeled as. And so I said, I can't hold this label anymore. I have decidedly retained a whole heap of Christian ideologies because they're useful, because they're powerful, both internally and externally, but I don't view myself as Christian anymore. It's just not my thing. It's not how I identify. Secondly, furries. Oh my god. I could not be more pleased with how excellently perverse on one hand and exceptionally artistic furries are on the other. Now, that's not to say that they're in contrast with each other. It's just two pillars of the same community. But there's a third pillar, and I hate to have to mention it, but goddamn if furries aren't the fucking best at drama. And oh wow! Among things I'm just not interested in having as part of my identity, it just so happens that drama and bullshit just didn't make it into my booklet. Oh, it's not even there. Check the glossary. Drama. Don't do it. Wow! It's simple! It's really, really simple. And so I was kind of like, no. I'm sorry. That's just not a group I really kind of formally engage anymore. I admit that there are many things about me that are very, very fucking fun. I love it. It's fun. But I don't use that as part of my identity anymore in a really traditional sense. I frequent furry locations. I take on gladly furry friends. But that's not part of how I present myself going forward. Coolio. And so, there's this last part where I'm like experiencing the identity as a YouTuber, as a streamer, and trying to identify what is that threshold for where I no longer am prepared to embrace that identity in that way. And if I try to separate, if I try to move on from that identity but still produce content, what do I do if people say, oh, you're just a YouTuber? Typical. And I have to go, I can try and disagree with you, but you've already made your opinion. Okay. And so that struggle, that confusion, that frustration is something that we all face every day in life. And I want you to know, on that note, you're not alone. 1. 2, there are many ways that we can try and deal with this. And the answer for me is always to approach it with patience and maturity. Simultaneously, understand there's often no way to win. That conversation doesn't need a victor. That conversation needs one person to walk away before things begin to suck. But hey, that's just my opinion. I welcome you guys to express yours in the comment section below. Can't stop you. But otherwise, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Take care, everybody.